Are you seeing this situation? If that mud keeps slipping, like whoop, that would be the end. It's a long way down. In this episode, we see a clown, the road gets a bit rough, and we find some tomodachis. Bam! Tomodachis. Another night in the tent, another night I wasn't eaten by a bear. Things are going good, but it's been really rainy all night. I don't think bears like rain. I don't know what their deal is, but you know what I mean? Like, who gets eaten by a bear in the rain? For real, come on now. I am still inside of some rain at the moment, and that's making me not want to go outside of the tent. It's supposed to be rainy all day. With some small dips in the percentageness, but it's supposed to be fairly consistently wet. So I am going to kind of take the day off as far as like exploring. And I think what I'm going to do is wait for a hole in the rain, hopefully, that comes, so that I can slide over to that cabin libraries community center thing and then do some video editing and work on some other projects. I need to charge some things up, so hopefully I can charge some things to a certain degree, because that's going to become a problem here if I can't get any juice into my stuff. But I figured I would have some breakfast. Oh, by the way, it's Sunday, and usually I stream Sunday mornings, but I'm not. So instead, Katie's at home right now, and she is streaming. How exciting is that?
Hi. Hello, future video that I will someday see. Did that work out? I hope it did.
I got the chocolate cream bun. It's a big, long boy. It's gonna be soft, and I'm hoping chocolatey. It's a pretty soft floppy donger, and normally I wouldn't get this kind of thing, so I'm on vacation. They're fun. It kind of tastes like undercooked dinner rolls with chocolate. It's possible that the rain continues to suck. I go across the street to that cafe and have another morning set like I had a couple days ago. Because to get to this like place I want to go to like do some work and stuff, it's about a 10-minute motorbike ride. And I can put rain gear on and stuff, but if I can avoid that, that would be nice. Alright, yeah, today is just going to be a day off. It's not really super rainy right now, but I've got a bunch of things I need to charge and stuff, so I'm going to come up into this community center thing that I have mentioned before. Hang out here all day. I have some video to edit, hopefully charge my batteries, so I can just keep living in a tent. Alright, it's now like 4:30. I was in there, I don't know, 4 hours or so. I think I got here before noon. I don't understand what this building is. It doesn't make sense. I was in there that entire time, and there was one other woman in there, and she was working on architecture on her computer. And then two other ladies walked in and then immediately turned around and left. And aside from them and the two staff members that just stay in the back the entire time unless you call for them, I didn't see anybody else. I have no idea. It's very nice. It's super, super nice inside. But I don't understand like what its purpose is. It's like very well maintained and everything is perfect and very nice. And it's just out here in the middle of nowhere. It's like in the woods. I don't think even most people even are aware that it's here. I just found it because I just turned up the road and just saw it. There's not even that good of signage on the outside of the road to like show that it exists. But regardless, I charged up all the things, which is great news because I was running low on battery and that was going to be a detrimental situation to continuing to stay in the tent. And I got about half-ish, quarter-ish, third-ish of a video edited, which is good. It just happens to be a pretty quick video to edit, so it's good news. I have to get it 2 full videos edited by the end of the month, so that gets one of them a little bit off of my plate. And now I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with the day. I need to look at the weather, and if I could probably skip a shower today, just use those band sheets. But if it's gonna be super rainy for like days on end, then I should go shower now to be as fresh as possible for days where I wouldn't be able to go down the hill. So I'm gonna take a look at the weather and decide on what I'm gonna do. And I'd like to be back in the tent before it's dark. So that's about it. And of course, before it starts to rain, if it does rain. And I need to get some, whoa, something's new in my ear and it's gnarly. And I need to get some food. So that's pretty much the day. And I do think it's gonna continue raining this week, so I'll probably just come back here. In the end, I treated myself and I went down the hill to hit up the shower. The weather is still kind of questionable for tomorrow, and I was just like, whatever. I just had time. I was either just gonna sit in the tent or I was gonna go out and do a thing. So I went out and I did the thing. Took some time in the shower today, cut my hair. Still got out in 30 minutes. I don't know how I'm managing to do this every time. And on the way back, I was like, I want another like Lucky Pero. I want to hit that again. So I've come to one, and it's kind of on the way, halfway between where I'm camping and where I'm showering. And it's huge. It's this gigantic building off the side of a big, not highway, but almost highway-sized road. And it's decorated in just like absolute chaos, kind of like the other ones are, but the fact that this one is so big just kind of pushes it over the edge of absurdity. It seems like the theme of this one is birds, I guess, or zoo stuff. I'm not quite sure exactly what they're going for with it, but it does have a separate room that I believe is supposed to be like an Art Deco style thing, and that's where I'm sitting right now. The shockingest part of this experience is that there is a 90 minute wait to get a burger. So I was like, no way, I'm not doing this. And then I stood there and I was just like, what else am I doing? The good news is I don't have to stand in a line for 90 minutes. I can sit at a table for 90 minutes. If I had to stand in a line, I would have left. So I was like, whatever. I placed my order. And the way that this place works is it's so big is that they give you a order number, and then each table has got a table number on it. And you have this little pink piece of paper. And you pick your seat, and then you write down on the piece of paper the table number. And it also has your order number. So you then stick that into a box up near the kitchen, and then they're able to figure out where you're sitting because the place is so big that they wouldn't be able to like just yell out your number like they do in the smaller locations. So I ordered, I don't know, at 7:24, and it is 7:53, and I am just gonna wait here for an hour and a half to get my food, and I ordered something different than what I got last time, so I'll share it when it gets here if I'm still awake. All right, I ordered too much food. So remember last time I got the Chinese chicken burger, and it's amazing the chicken that they put into this, and this time I realized that they have a Chinese chicken yakisoba, and it looks like I only have 2 nugs, but I've got like 10 pounds of yakisoba. By the way, this came in 50 minutes, 50, instead of 90 minutes, 90, because Japan, of course, overestimates times religiously. Still took a while, but it wasn't 90 minutes. I knew it too. I was like, it won't be 90 minutes. This yakisoba almost tastes more like a lo mein. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Yeah, man, the chicken is the reason to be here. It's really good. I think it's probably better in burger form if only because I don't feel like I need this many noodles in my life. But it's not bad. Seeing this now, I wish this is all I had gotten, but I also got a Lucky Piero egg burger. Something I find interesting is how heavily sesame the bun is. And the sauce is, to me at the moment, mystery, even though I think maybe I've had this before. I don't remember, it was a while ago. Yeah, it's alright. I think the burgers here, ooh, it's kind of a sweet flavor, like on the back end with sauce. The burgers here are the way to go. Don't come to Lucky Piero and get the yakisoba. Not that it's bad, it's just that the burgers are legitimately tasty. I wish Trini was here. She can tell us what the sauce is. I'm familiar with it, but I'm bad at pulling that out of my head. Like, what is the flavor? Maybe like a demi-glaze type of with a sweetness to it? I don't know. Anyway, this is a ton of food. I didn't really eat lunch though. Well, I had a calorie mate. Good morning from the tent. I am going to be doing a little more exploring today. I think we'll go out and see if I can go find the high place that I was looking for a few days ago, before I got distracted and ended up cooking meat with the earth. And the reason I'm doing that is just based on the weather. I'm looking at it and it's like not great, like the weather forecast is. There's rain all over the place and it's spotty, but it seems like I'm looking at more like from now through the rest of the day weather, and I think I can go out for at least a little while and explore before I have to run into like a whole bunch of rain. On other weather related news, today is currently the 14th, and I'll put a screenshot up so you can see what I'm seeing. And I am looking at maybe seeing a typhoon hit here on the 16th or 17th, and it originally was curving towards Korea away from me. And now it's curving straight across Hokkaido. So there's nothing I can do to avoid it, really. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do during that time, and it's kind of really actually screwing up some plans that I have. So that's a little bit upsetting, but at least it's not going to be quite as dramatic up here, I believe, as what they're about to experience in Osaka over the next 24 hours or so, because that looks like it's a direct hit into that part of the country. So I hope everybody down there is okay. Anyways, I'm going to pack up. I'm thinking about moving the tent too, just like in the same campground, so it's like moving it somewhere else. For a couple of reasons. One, there's like this generator machine over here that I can hear making noise. And it's not bad, it'd be nice if I was further away from it. Second off, tons of people left, probably because of a typhoon coming, and there's a lot of space. I can be closer to the lake, and there's no sun that I have to worry about baking in, so I don't need to worry about that. That's why I picked this spot. It's under a tree. And also, I had set the tent up not exactly accurately when I did it, and some water ended up getting in underneath the tent, but above the water separation mat. So it feels kind of like a waterbed when you touch parts of the bottom of the tent. And if there was one tiny little hole, it would be detrimental to my existence. All right, change of plans. I have actually reconsidered. What I'm going to do is go stay in a hotel for 2 nights. And the reason being that is there's a typhoon coming. At least 2 nights. I'm not sure how long I'll stay in a hotel until at least it's not miserable outside. I'm not necessarily worried about getting wet or anything in here. I'm just worried about being stranded like in the tent and not being able to like go and do anything, like just being stuck here while it just pours down rain for days. So I'd much rather be stuck in a hotel. And the hotels are also way closer to like stuff. So if I want to like walk to a restaurant or something, I'll have that ability. And I found one that's like 3,400 yen a night, and it's not going to be wonderful, but it's going to be indoors. And the other aspect of this is that the tent is dry at the moment, mostly, and I don't want to have to try to move the tent in rain if that comes to it. So I'm just trying to avoid all that. We're just going to go be wusses and stay in a hotel. Although I did sleep in the tent for, I don't know, 4 nights or something. So it wasn't like, it's not like I wussed out on the first night, y'all. Want partial credit. Not trying to market for Sweden or nothing, but guys, when you go out and do stuff like this, these IKEA bags are amazing. It's like super easy to just grab everything out of the bike, throw it in this, move it back and forth, and then this thing just flattens out into nothing, and I can just stuff it in like a crevice on the bike, and I can roll with it, and I just leave it in the bike all the time. Like amazing for carrying things around. So hit up your local rancid meatball distributor, pick yourself up a bag. Not sponsored, I swear. And here comes the hard part. Can I figure out how to get the tent back in its bag? And now we're gonna wait a little bit for some of that wetness to go away. A lot of this I already actually managed to pull out by just like pushing my hand along the floor and just watching it pour out from underneath the tent. It's mostly dry. I'm gonna jam it in this little sack. Apologize for me being a little on the dark side in this shot, but I just thought I'd let you enjoy. This is the view that I've had for the last couple days, looking right out of my tent. It's been a little bit dreary, but every day when I get to wake up and open the door and see this, has been pretty dope. Really cool that this has been free. And there are toilets and sinks and stuff here. So it's not completely featureless. The only problem that I have is cleaning my nards. Like, where do you take a shower, you know? But I solved it. It was just kind of a little ridiculous to have to invest an hour and a half to go take a shower, but we made it happen. And the next couple days will be a little easier on that front. I will be super clean because where I'm staying, hopefully, has a place to clean myself inside the building. Getting everything into Scooty is the real challenge. Scooty's got a lot of space. This thing is really big. Got a couple of bags on the sides. Got this top box. But when you wrap in all the gear that I have for filming and the tent and the sleeping bag and clothes and dirty clothes and like some spare calorie mate and everything, there's not a lot of room on this bike. Like, I absolutely need to buy another bag that can sit here between my legs. I think they have one that sort of will work, but I looked up like the normal motorbike shops like in the Hakodate area, and I don't see any. So I might have to go to Sapporo or just wait until I go back to Tokyo and order it on Amazon, where it'll inevitably be cheaper anyways. But this part is hard. Like, everything just barely fits if you Tetris it exactly right. Like, seriously, I'm to the point where like I'm eating things so that there's more room to fit things in Scooty. Like, this will give me enough room to squeeze in one more nublet. Almost every time I've come down here, these foxes have shown up. Like, they must live right here because I'm seeing them a lot. Like last night, they were just laying in the street. Come to 7-Eleven to drop off some trash to clear up a little room on Scooty, and I got a coffee. And I picked it because it's got a pony on it. Like, that's really the whole reason why I have this coffee in my hand. And it's actually kind of chilly today. It's maybe 20 or so. So on a scooter, like scooting down the road, like, it's nice to have a little extra coverage on, but it's nice that the sun's not pounding on me. I'll take this weather over like blasting sun at 40 degrees any day. And my plan at the moment is to take some squiggly roads to hopefully the high place. I want to go to kind of like the upper part of a hill, a mountain-ish thing, and just, I don't know, see what's there. But I'm a little concerned some of the things people wrote about the condition of the road. Maybe it's not actually sealed. I'm not totally sure what we're going to run into when we get there, but I'm going to give it a go. And last time we tried to do this, I ended up like, what did I do? I cooked meat in the earth and then I swam in a river. So I don't know where today's headed, but I've got a room that I can enter at 5 p.m. today. So hopefully that'll beat the rain. That's kind of the goal. I'm just gonna keep an eye on that radar. Yo, this pony juice is bad. It just tastes like metal. That's not what you want from your pony juice.
driving up through here is super beautiful. And my first stop is up in this hill, up this windy road. And I'm kind of hoping to see some cows. Like, is that maybe a thing that might be part of my morning? Because that would make things pretty nice. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to get to see any cows, but look at the view down into the valley. This is amazing. Ooh, that says Bokujo Tenbodai. Maybe I will get to see some cows? That sounds promising for cows. I mean, it's okay, but I don't see any cows.
Man, it's heckin' beautiful up here. You get a really great view of Hakodate and the unique shape that it is, how it sits on that narrow little thing with the waist and then the mountain that sticks off in the background off into the ocean. And then you can't quite see too far deep into the sea because of how cloudy it is, but you're still getting a hell of a display with the environment and the way the clouds and the ocean and stuff look together. It's beautiful. Don't think I could ask for much more except for cows. There's no cows, guys. We gotta find some cows. This is a pasture observatory and they've got this beautiful building and there's nobody in there or anything. You can just go in there and hang out. It's so nice. And then Japan's amazing. Like nobody's leaving trash. There's no graffiti. There's no problems. Everything is like pristine inside of this building. And it's just, you know, they know they can have it and people won't trash it. And then, you know, other people can use it and life is nice. I really like Japan. Little moments like this are just a big reminder of just how wonderful things here can be. Sometimes I'm like sketched out, like I can't remember English. Is this correct or is this wrong? It feels wrong, right? Like, this water cannot be drunk? Is that accurate? Or drank? Drunken? It feels wrong. I came down from the little observation building and down here, look at this, check this out. There's a thing. Okay, it's kind of hard to read, but it just says that it is a little walking path tunnel that takes you back up to the Tenbodai, the observation thingy. And just side note, like I love this wooden sign. It looks like it's something out of like Zelda or something. It's like, it's got a good clunk. It's just picturesque. You know, this legitimately feels like a bear built it as a trap. Now hear me out. What they do is they build this thing and put up that little picturesque sign to get like, you know, some juicy meat like me to slide up in here. And then the gates slam down on each side or just one side. And then in come the bears. I have wonderful news. I came up the road a little further. Bam! Tomodachis. Cows. Hello, cow. Guys, cows are so good. They're so good. They're so just chill. Man, their personalities. Look at it, just looking at me. Whatever. Gonna have to check with Katie to find out what kind of bananas are these. I'm legitimately worried at the music here, so it's possible I'm gonna have to redo this. B-roll it, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but that's copyright strike right there if I even stop speaking for a moment. So maybe I'll just keep bopping it or something. I'm hungry and I came back down in the valley and I have decided that it's time to eat before I go up to the mountaintop that I'm planning to go up to. So I just Googled the closest restaurant and went there, and it's a little soba restaurant, which doesn't necessarily mean only soba because this place's menu is intense. There's like a gazillion things on it, donburis and ramens and all sorts of different things. And I ended up getting a yasai tendon, which is a tempura donburi with vegetables and vegetables only. And this is one of my favorite meals, especially because I'm in Hokkaido where the vegetables are always mega delicious. So I'm gonna jump into my first piece. This thing is huge, by the way, of kabocha, which is pumpkin. And it's really good. I don't know if the vegetables up here are actually better or not than they are when you get them in other parts of Japan, or if it just feels better because it's like you're in Hokkaido, you know what I'm saying? It's also got a little piece of nori, a pimen, and a kakeage, which is this big chunk of stuff. Some carrots, some onions, some peppers, and things like that. It's one of my favorite things over the years that I've lived in Japan. just getting into the Hokkaido. Sometimes it'll be like a little soggy and a little crispy. This one's good. This place is legit. It's really good. It's in like a little like town for farming and stuff, and it feels like a locals place, not a tourist place. Sometimes you should go to the first place you find. After each review, it was incredible. Put that on your map, man. You hit this shit up. It was amazing. I would suggest with all my might, if you're driving through this little village, hit it. I'm pretty sure this is a bicycle garage. Look at the name of it.
Gonna head up the mountain now. And like I said earlier, I'm a little concerned that maybe some of the roads might not be scootable. Some people had mentioned that they can be quite rough in some places. And some other people mentioned that when the weather is bad, it's not that great up there. And the weather today is kind of bad. The mountain that I'm going up is basically directly in front of me, and it looks like it might just be totally in a cloud. So this might just be a waste of time altogether, but there's only one way to find out. Oh shit, people are playing park golf. If you haven't seen from previous videos, park golf is this really cool little tiny version of golf that they play up in Hokkaido primarily, but you see it in a couple of other places in Japan, but it's kind of like a Hokkaido thing.
Oh! It's like this.
Alright, I'm just a few minutes in, and the road is a little bumpy, but this is no scooty stopper. We can definitely keep moving if this is as bad as it gets. I could definitely see Japanese people thinking that this is like a detrimentally bad road. Just because of how good all the other roads are, that this is pretty poor. But this is like Main Street in America or whatever now, right? Okay, the road is definitely deteriorated a little more. I don't know if I want to do this for a whole long way, because it looks like it's a long way still. So I'm going to just kind of peek up around the corner and see. It's not going to be worth the slippery, rocky, loose, pebbly stress on a vehicle that's not exactly designed for this kind of thing. Like, I think I could do it, but kind of just feels like it might be torturous. I have a B plan, by the way, that goes to a interesting-ish looking place. It's not the high place, though, that I was looking forward to. Okay, maybe it's getting okay. This is better. I can deal with this. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Maybe all the corners are just jacked up or something. Some of this is pretty bad. I feel bad for ripping on the Japanese people for thinking those little problems at the beginning were really bad. They were right. The people on the internet are like, yeah, this road is terrible. It's not the worst road in the world, but it is detrimentally unsafe a little bit, I suppose. Somebody comes drifting down this hill, though. I'm boned because I'm all over the left and rights. All right, so I passed this sign that said, you can't go past this sign unless you are a related party. However, if you aren't a related party and you go past this sign, you're on your own, and we won't have any responsibility for whatever happens because of the condition of the road. So, as you can see, I've decided to continue. And the more worrying part at the moment is I don't have internet. So if there was a problem, nobody will know. I'm almost at cloud level, and it's kind of misty driving now because of that, but I got a cool view. Okay, the road is getting looser, which is scarier, but even worse, the wind has started to pick up in a way that is scary. Every once in a while, a gust will just come and just like blast me, and I'm getting kind of wet from the mist. So what I think I'm gonna do is turn around. And if I happen to be in town on a day where this is very clear and blue skies and stuff, this might be more worth the trouble. But where it stands right now, I've got like 26, 27 minutes left to get to the top, and it says it's about 6 kilometers, and I just don't think it's worth it. So I'm going to turn around, and I really hate doing this. I really hate giving up. But if I just get up there and it's just raining, or if I fall, it's really not worth scratching up Scooty. Maybe for a clear day. So I guess now we'll just work our way back down the hill, which, to be honest with you, is scarier. Up is easier in this type of condition. Something about the physics just changes everything when you're going down, and you slide around a lot more, and you have a harder time slowing down without slipping on rocks and such. So this is a hell of a workout right now, as I'm essentially stressing my body to like hold everything in place, and I'm ready to catch the bike if it slips and falls, but if I don't know if I'll be able to, because if the gravel is there, then I won't catch. It's a whole thing. I probably should not have come up here. This is not the right tool for the gerb. This is the last bit of rough road, I think, and he's cheating because he has 4 wheels. Scooty ain't made for dirt, y'all. This is a street Scooty through and through.
Okay, we had a slight incident. I came back over to this spot where, like, you know, you got a good view of the thing, and I thought, oh man, I could put Scooty like right here and take some pictures with Scooty and it'd be kind of fun, right? Not such a smart idea. Driving slowly on a motorbike is the hardest thing, right? Like, if you're going quickly, like everything just stays together. As soon as you start going slow, it gets bad. And I kind of dropped Scooty, but I don't think there's any damage at all, like at all, not even a scratch. What I think there is mud. And what happened is I just came over here and this tire, the front tire, just slipped in this wet garbage. And Scooty just almost fell. I caught him. But getting him to stand back up took all my might. Like a ridiculous amount of like getting on the side and like really lifting it, because it's freaking heavy, dude. So anyways, I think everything is okay. I'm just a little worried because I have to move him now. And are you seeing this situation? If that mud keeps slipping, like whoop, that would be the end. It's a long way down. It's further than I fell a couple days ago getting down to that waterfall. Woo! I'm okay. That was slippery for me. And now that I did all that work, the good view is gone.
Alright, as a consolation prize to not getting to the top of that mountain, I'm gonna go check something else out that I saw on my map that might be fun. And I'm sort of keeping an eye on the weather, because look at the clouds. It's not supposed to actually rain. I don't think it was exactly technically raining where I was at. I think I was just in a cloud, and that's what was causing it. So hopefully we will maintain our level of dryness. It's only 5 kilometers up here, and this road, as you can see, is a little more Scooty friendly. Oh shit, more park golf. Park golf is the best golf, guys. For real though, park golf is like miniature golf, but without all of the smoke and mirrors and magic bullshit. It's just raw skill smacking around that ball.
Oh! It's like this.
You don't got to worry about a dragon like eating your ball or whatever.
My backup plan is to go to a dam, and I've come to the dam. It looks like it might be a goddamn, but I'm not totally sure. There's not enough signage to explain exactly if it's a goddamn or not, but there is a road that goes up to the top of it. And I was looking at the road, and then this old dude, like this dude in like, he's probably 60s or 70s, came blazing down it on a dirt bike. And from my perspective, the road looked sealed and fine, but he like pulled over and kind of like parked nearby me, and I went over to him and I was like, yo, can I go up on my Scooty? Like, can Scooty do this? And he was like, there's no way. Like, you can't get up there on that. You need to have a dirt bike or like a car that's like built for that, like a off-roady type of situation. So instead of going to the top of the dam, I'm going to look at it from the bottom. And there's a little dam park here that if it stops raining, I'm going to walk around in, but it has absolutely started to rain as opposed to mist rain. So that's fun. It might be time to pack it in and head to a hotel, man. In the end, I didn't explore the dam park. I got a dam park I'll have to wait for another time because it started to rain quite a bit. So I rode back and it was like, okay, I have rain gear I can put on, but it takes time to put on the rain gear, and the ride was 13 minutes. And I was like, well, do I stand here in the rain putting on the rain gear? Is that going to get me wetter than just driving there? Like, how do you do this calculation? Regardless, I got to the hotel. It's a cheap hotel, but it's a nice cheap hotel. And I was soaked. So, I don't know, maybe I should put on the rain gear. It's okay. Still pretty soaked. But I brought all my stuff in. I parked Scooty, put a cover on Scooty, so Scooty's gonna be good for a couple days. And honestly, the way that this hotel is set up, I probably don't need to leave the hotel for the entire time I'm here, which I may not, depending on the weather. And the good news is the room is huge. It's like really big for a Japanese hotel room, especially a Japanese style hotel room. And for the price, it was like $34 a night, I think, something like that. And I've got a huge area that I can spread all my stuff out, and I can clean some things, and I can do some laundry because there's a laundry machine right across the hall. And I bought some detergent from her, but I don't know where I put it. And I can just get my stuff all straightened out. This is really, really super nice. It does seem like it's about a 10-minute walk to a convenience store, which is not the greatest thing in the universe, but it's not the end of the world. Like I said, this place is fairly set up. I can go downstairs and I can just buy some cup noodle. I've got a calorie mate. I think I'm gonna survive. The only thing I don't have is any of that alcohol at Garana, so that might drive me outside. See if I can find some more of that stuff. But yeah, this is great. I'm really pleased with this. And oh, the staff, she was super, super nice. Really, really friendly girl. And this is Japan. This probably isn't that strange to anybody else, but in Japan, she has like a bunch of facial piercings. And she's like working at a hotel, like being super friendly. And it's just like, you don't see that often. And it was just kind of like, oh wow, she's cool. And she actually just like talked to me like a person, like, you know what I mean? Like didn't get all like crazy, like formal and stuff like that. She was just chill. I like when people are people. Today is going to be another day off. I'm just going to kind of hide from the storm that is coming in. It's right now pounding in Osaka, and it is going to be coming up this direction, and it was aiming towards us yesterday, and now it's aiming a little bit away from us, but it looks like we're going to be seeing quite a bit of rain over the next few days. And I don't see any other storms developing in the ocean, so hopefully that means that I will have some decent weather once this all gets past us. But this gives me an opportunity to just edit a bunch, do some data backups, and just recharge a little bit. It felt good to sleep inside after, 4 nights in the tent or whatever, and just being able to take an easy shower, and there's a bathroom like right across the hall and stuff. It's all been kind of pleasant. I'm not complaining. The interesting thing is I just kind of picked this hotel randomly based on the price, essentially. Like, oh, okay, it's kind of cheap. And I've been in here, I'm like, man, it feels a lot like the hotel I was in before when I stayed in Hakodate at the beginning of my visit here this time. And then I realized, damn, man, all the signs are the same. And I was like, man, this is the same hotel chain. Like, it's not a chain. It's just like the same dude probably owns this one and the other one. And there's a sign on the wall that's like pictures of both of the hotels. I just coincidentally ended up staying at both of them. And again, it's not like a big chain. I think they're just like small, like some dude owns 2 hotels that I just happened to just randomly stay at one after another. Each day that I come into town to take a shower, I've driven past this bookstore that has just made me gawk each time I went by. Look at this building behind me, you see this? This entire thing is a bookstore, and then there's a small Starbucks, and then I got inside and I realized, okay, there's a whole bunch of other stuff, but it's all small things. Most of this thing is books. It's kind of like a cafe / bookstore thing mixed together with a bunch of small pop-up shops. There's a Flying Tiger Copenhagen in there and a couple of other smaller little places. And I just kind of made camp in there and did a bunch of video editing, almost got a video finished. And then I couldn't finish it because I couldn't plug in my laptop to charge it because, look at this. Check out how horrible this power outlet in Starbucks is. So I need to plug this guy in, right? Mm-hmm. And the plugs are down here, right? but it doesn't even plug all the way in. And then I need to plug this into the back of it. I wouldn't call that well engineered. The girl next to me brought a extension cable that's got like a thing that can like go around the corner a little bit because this isn't her first Matsuri. So this place is great, but bring an extension cord or something if you have an Apple laptop, because otherwise you're not gonna be able to charge up. I wonder if they probably sold an extension cable inside of the Flying Tiger. I bet they did. I could have just bought one. That's what they want you to do though.
Who's that little house? It must be for salt for the road? Or a giant bird?
I wonder how many megabits of mega daddles I've got. Just me taking a cow pill. Like, something you guys might not know, because I haven't said it, is I'm having a little bit of trouble with technology this morning. I actually carry two phones. I carry this phone, which is like an expensive, ridiculously expensive phone with good cameras on it. And then I have my old busted up phone. And it is the one that's mounted on the motorbike, and it lets all the weather, it can get on it, I don't care. If I drop it, I don't really care. And motorcycles shake, right? So the shaking can hurt the cameras inside of phones. Like it can like damage the sensors and stuff, and like the auto stabilization or whatever and all this stuff. So I don't want to put my nice phone up on there because it gives it like all this extra shake, and I can jam it someplace where it's secure. Only my other phone stopped turning on. So now if I want to have a map, I got to use this. And it took me like 35 minutes to get my stupid helmet's Bluetooth to sync with this, and I was like, "Rawr!" like screaming at it and stuff. I finally figured it out. It's so complicated and whatever. It works fine. It's funny though, because like you have to be able to hear what it says and see blinking lights, which are on the outside of it. So you have to put the helmet on to hear what the thing is saying, to know what mode you're in, and then like double check things by looking at the lights that you can't see because the helmet's on your head and the lights are on the outside. It doesn't. It's like, what's going on? I'm going around in circles here.
It's definitely watermelony. Wow. Doesn't taste like alcohol at all.
Today it's just been another day of sitting in a cafe and editing, trying to get ahead. It's like the middle of the month. I got to get one of these videos finished. But there's a surprise brewing. So hopefully the surprise will work out soon and everybody will get a surprise.